Kaneko. In the mood for an odd job, are we? Your arrival is most fortuitous, for I received a request for your assistance but a moment ago. It was written by Pasun, a Thagnarian alchemist, on behalf of an acquaintance of yours. What was his name, again? Ah, yes, Matsya. Rings familiar, I hope. Good, good. It seems your fisher friend is in a spot of trouble, and this Pasun believes you are the one to get him out of it. That is, of course, assuming you have room in your schedule. I really couldn't say, though I would have thought a merchant with your backing could sell ice crystals to fire sprites. While I myself am not familiar with the details of the request, Pasun should be happy to explain everything. I believe he can be found in the great work. May the job prove free of hitches, hindrances, and headaches.
Nothing worth sharing right now. Oh. Does this mean you're putting together a carefully curated account of exciting exploits to regale me with later? I can hardly wait to hear it.
Oh, you must be Kaneko. Have the gleaners sent you here? Very good. You have no idea how relieved I am that you've come. As you may have guessed, I am Pasun. I work as an alchemist here at the Great Work, and Matsya is one of my oldest and dearest friends. His is a problem which has proven quite difficult to unravel. Nevertheless, he is loath to ask you for help. And so I took it upon myself to reach out to you without his knowledge. For both his sake and the sake of the little one fate has brought into our lives. He'll be along soon to sell his most recent catch, which should prove the perfect opportunity to convince him that we require your aid. We'll be sure to catch his attention if we wait outside. Follow me, Kaneko.
Is that Kaneko? Why, I didn't know you and Pasun were acquainted.
Master Matsya, who is this mighty hunter? Her arms are thick, mighty roots, unlike Pasun's limp seaweed limbs which shrivel in the sun.
I would have you know that I am an alchemist by trade. I work with my mind, not my body. And need I remind you, it was my knowledge which allowed me to nurse you back to health. Surely a little respect isn't too much to ask. By the look on your face, I take it you understood Kalika's commentary. This is the little one I mentioned to you before. In spite of his forthright nature, Matsya and I have become quite taken with him. I apologize for contacting Kaneko without consulting you beforehand. I know you didn't want to burden her with these troubles, but I'm afraid I see no other recourse.
Well, since you have come all this way, I suppose it would be foolish of me not to tell you everything. That is, of course, if you would like to hear it. Very well. Several days ago, I found this tiny bird on the shore, breathing faintly and unconscious. Pasun and I took him in and watched over him day and night, unsure if he would ever awake. For a mercy, he did, and then, to our surprise, he spoke. Go to the southern isles. What isles are these, you may wonder? Kalika, would you explain?
Certainly, Master Matsya. Your wish is my command. The South Sea Isles, I believe your kind call them. Remote and mysterious, 'tis said. I hail from there, from one in the west by the name of Aloalo. It was home to a people thousands of years ago of whom now no trace remains, save for a grand shrine, and the great statue of the speaker enshrined within. The statue was embedded with the glorious gemstone which bestowed vitality and beauty to the island. Nowhere else did nature thrive so. Long after the builders vanished, others would cross the sea to bask in this bounty. However, a century ago, from the ocean deep roiling flames burst forth, forcing the residents of Aloalo to flee. And so the animals, who no longer had to fear the hunter's arrows, laid claim to the island's gifts. As Aloalo healed, ravenous beasts grew plentiful, and the rivers became choked with fish. They breed and feast unchecked, and not even the speaker's blessing can forestall the island's gradual descent into a barren waste. As the speaker's servant, it fell to me to go forth and save my dear home, so I rode the waves upon a floating coconut in search of a mighty hunter. Although the ocean could have swallowed me whole at any moment, I looked to the horizon without fear. I had faith that the speaker would guide me true, and I was right. Master Matsya is the very hunter who will save Aloalo.
You see now the source of my distress. The very thought of facing ravenous beasts makes my trunk shiver in fear. But you could be the hunter our little friend seeks, and sate your hunger for exploration besides. Admittedly, I did not ask because I thought such a trifling task would be beneath you, but...
If you are as accomplished as Master Matsya says, I would welcome you to Aloalo with open wings. There is one catch, however. Master Matsya must come, you see. The speaker guided me into his embrace, and that is a sign I cannot ignore.
I have ever had a soft spot for small, defenseless creatures. And while I am no man of action, I possess knowledge of the South Seas which may put wind in your sails, as it were. Many of the fish native to the Isles are prized for their rare properties and would make a fine gift for any alchemist. Nidhana would be most impressed if you were to brave unknown waters and bring her a few.
A gift. For Nidhan. Yes, I'll go. I'll go and find the plumpest fish I can find. As for you, Kenekotine, it seems I must burden you with my troubles after all. I know it's a lot to ask, but please, travel with me to Aloalo Island.
Master Matsya, you were resolved well. Every moment I become more certain of your success. Now, let us depart before this swell of courage recedes. Aloalo is south from here as the albatross flies. You will know it by the unusually lush canopies.
No, Kalika, you must stay here. The wounds you suffered have yet to heal.
Rather presumptuous of you to command me thus, but you are right. I can scarcely lift my wings for the pain.
Fear not. Your instructions were more than clear enough to guide Kenekotine and Matsya to Aloalo Island. Since I can't accompany you, I'll see to the commissioning of a vessel for your voyage. Once you're ready to depart, let us rendezvous at Yedlihmad.
Did you hear that, Zozo? A jewel bigger than you, just waiting for someone to sail to that island and give it a new home.
Can't say I made out every little bit, Jajimir, but I got the salient points. Treasure in the South Sea Isles, ripe for the pluck-in, Seems you were onto something with this wild chocobo chase, Waspo. Rumors of wild riches rarely pay off this well.
But that lot might be after the same thing. We'd be in for some competition.
No need to get your small clothes in a twist over one fisherman and his hired help. These ears aren't just for show, you know, I heard them spill the exact location.
This score smells bigger than the Mealvarensgate one. I wager we'll be richer than kings. Get your gear in order, you two. We're commandeer in the first skiff we lay eyes on.
How cruel to have been entrusted with this sacred duty, yet forced to wait and pray for another's success.
There you are. Did you spy the commotion on your way here? It seems a trio of masked scoundrels absconded with one of the smaller ships. The Radiant host is attempting to track them down, but the sea is vast, and the thieves long gone. Let us give thanks that they did not choose our vessel. Ah, yes. Matsya wanted me to tell you that he has returned to Akyali to wrap up some loose ends with his work while you make ready to depart. Now that you've arrived, I shall send word. Kalika and I may be staying behind, but that doesn't mean we can't make ourselves useful. We've given the skipper directions to Aloalo Island, and she is confident that she can deliver you there without issue. The rest depends on you, my friend. I know you can handle yourself, but still, be careful, Kaneko team.
How cruel to have been entrusted with this sacred duty, yet forced to wait and pray for another's success.
Look, 3 paths forward. Which one should we take? That way. Really? Well, if you believe it is best. Thumbnail's jungles can be dense and difficult to traverse, but this swamp is no less daunting. What strange worms! I doubt they would make for good bait.
If you went down this path, that means the treasure's at the end of it.
What's that? A myth out, eh? But Kalika said this island was deserted.
Know if this thing eats? Well, you'll find out soon enough. That jewel is ours.
This beast is made from wood. Where did they find it? It involved weapons from thin air. More weapons. Those hammers look heavy enough to shatter stone. Spears of water. Oh gods, here they come. The water is spilling forth. Can you manage, Kenekoti? So many of them. Where will you run to? We made it. None of its weapons could match yours, Kenekoti. The path keeps climbing. Could there still be fishing spots above us? Don't look down. Don't look down. People lived here. How did they find the courage to build so high up?
Ready.
Look, Kenekotil, water. And where there's water, there's fish.
Intruders detected. Initializing computational engine. Calculating optimal tactics.
Are we the intruder? What could we be intruding upon?
Calculations complete. Deploying arcane measures to eliminate intruders. Recalculating optimal tactics. Commencing terrestrial assault. Revising threat assessment. Integrating additional tactics into stratagem.
The direction of its magics don't match the pattern. What puzzle is it putting before us?
Threat assessment complete. Probable weaknesses determined.
feeling yourself, Kenekoti? Your eyes look empty. I should have known you'd get through that with Naria's crush. Well done, Kenekoti. Now I can fish at my leisure. What awaits us atop this mighty tree? May my catch bring a smile to Nidhan's face. The scent of such vibrant nature calms the mind. The people who once lived here must have felt at peace in its embrace. Is this a branch? I guess it's sunk all the way to the bottom. Not the best end, but still a thrilling journey. And since I can still see fish in the water, perhaps I ought to try my luck a little more before we depart.
Welcome back, Kenekoti. Your journey to the island has left you none the worse for wear, I am pleased to see. While I cannot wait to hear the full account, I'm sure you wish to take your ease after such a trying expedition. Matsya has gone ahead to find a place we can sit and converse in peace. Let us go to him. Now that we're all comfortable, pray tell us of your experiences on Aloalo.
There was danger and death around every corner. Though that rather grim aspect was mitigated somewhat by the incredible beauty. When I spied the towering tree at the island's heart, I was reminded of Khadga. Did the ancient peoples live beneath its boughs?
Indeed they did. 'Twas within the welcome shade where wise sages refined complex equations. Not unlike your great word, where Pasun tempers his knowledge of alchemy.
It was a journey full of twists, turns, and fish besides. I'm glad I was compelled to embark upon it with Kenekoti, but gladder still to be home.
But I trust you understand this was but the first of many, yes. A single hunt will not suffice to keep Aloalo's many predators in check. Do not forget its waters are teeming with fish rare and remarkable, all of which would make fine gifts for your Yedlihmad. So please, you must promise me that this expedition will not be your last.
Yes, of course, but I wouldn't dare brave Aloalo alone. Kane, I hate to impose upon you further, but I would be most grateful to have your resolute company again. For Kalika and Nidhan both. Oh, thank you, thank you. With luck, your appetite for adventure will be sated. I know mine own will be 1,000 times over. I only hope other treasure hunters haven't caught wind of the island's many curiosities. Those ruffians we faced and the wooden beast they set upon us were complications I'd rather not contend with again.
People in Aloalo. How odd, to say nothing of this wooden beast. To command such constructs requires an intimate knowledge of Arcanimmer. Perhaps these thieves you encountered were a step above common riffraff. Perhaps they lurked in shadow as I spoke carelessly of Aloalo's secrets.
The stolen ship from before. I'll report this to the Radiant Host just in case Kalika's hunch is correct.
Thank you, Pasun.
Whoever they are, we must see them in chains before they defile my home again. Oh, if only my wings were healed, I would give them a buffeting they would not soon forget.
Now, enough talk of adventure. My fish won't sell themselves.
Thank you, Kane, for everything, especially for keeping Matsya safe. For my part, I must write down your tale before it fades from my memory. Who knows, my records may prove useful when next you visit Aloalo Island. I take it you'll be returning to Old Charleyan soon. When you do, please give Shallow Moor my regards. Nidhana seems to have won Kalika's respect sight unseen, while still he looks down his beak at me. How vexing. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. If you're on your way to Old Charleyan, please be sure to give my thanks to Shallow Moor.
Anyone who is dear to Master Matsya is dear to me. I would bow my head to Mistress Nidhana.
She returns. I trust this means Pasun and Matsya's troubles have been resolved to their satisfaction. The South Sea Isles. Would that I could have been there to walk amidst such verdant beauty. I dare say I'm green with envy. Your Arkasotra friend sounds like he made for fine company, too. To brave mysterious wilds in search of fish for your beloved, the stakes turned out to be far higher than I realized. In any event, while any obligation to Matsya has arguably been met, I encourage you to aid him in his quest for new and exciting fish. Who knows what dazzling specimens are yet waiting to be discovered in the waters of Aloalo Island. Oh, and if you can spare a moment for Osmon, he will doubtless be eager to hear all about your experience as well. Cheers to an odd job well done.
The Aloalo Conservation Record is now available within the Vincent Dungeon Finder in the Duties section of the main menu. New entries will be added to the log as you complete each possible route through the variant dungeon.
For all he calls me his tormentor, Osmon and I do work well together. My herbal poultices soothe his book-weary eyes, and I benefit from his nigh encyclopedic knowledge on, well, damn near everything. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Kaneko time, how fare your adventures? You, wouldn't happen to have any you'd like to share, would you? I am told you paid a visit to the South Sea Isles, yes. Good, good. The Isles are of great interest to us gleaners. Ancestral home of the Plainsfolk, and birthplace of Arcanimur. It's also been speculated that some of its inhabitants emigrated from the ancient city of Nyn. Alas, the records supporting this are fragmentary and in poor condition besides. Needless to say, no two scholars in the studium can agree as to their veracity. With so much history packed into such a remote locale, you can understand why I would hang on every word of your account. You will share it with me, won't you? Aloalo. Where a forgotten people once made their home, and where scant traces of their legacy remain. In hearing of this speaker and its shrine, I am reminded of a merchant from whom I procured tomes of Arcanimur, and a particular tale he had to tell. You know of Mealvaran's Gate in Limsalominser, yes. Its establishment was proposed by Ikuku, advisor to the admiral and arcanist from the South Sea Isles. Rumor had it that her island was home to a statue of tremendous power, and through her people's efforts to decipher the statue's secrets, the art of Arcanimur was born. It takes no prodigious leap of logic to conclude that Ikuku must have hailed from Aloalo. And the first settlers, they must have commanded powerful magics indeed. Magics unlike any we know today, which were lost to history when their wee elders vanished. Had the ancient arts survived intact and been refined further by successive generations, what impossible wonders might have been wrought upon the island. Imagine the beasts you encountered in your expedition, but with their ferocity multiplied manifold. 'Tis on these flights of fancy that our minds may soar to inconceivable heights,